This is the second video in my little series. I am gonna be doing my makeup for the first time on any sort of video in forever. So bear with me as we do this. While I do my makeup, I'm going to attempt to give you guys a little feedback on how this week has gone, the progress that I've made, and some of the little issues and bumps and things like that that I've endured along the way. And like I said, this is going to be kind of like a video journal for the recovery process from what I've been through. If you're not familiar with it, you can go back and watch my last video, and in that video I explained everything. I put it all out there and kept it raw and real. And fortunately I got positive feedback. I was really hoping that I didn't get any negative talk, and thank goodness that was the case. So before I start the video, I would like to give a little disclaimer. This video will contain strong dialogue, strong language, as a trigger warning. If you have experienced any sort of depression, mental health issues, eating disorder issues, any sort of disordered eating, thoughts, pattern, desires, behaviors, self-harm, thoughts, pattern, desires, behaviors, suicidal thoughts, patterns, behaviors, anything of the sort, this video may be triggering. So either do not watch this video or watch with extreme caution. This video is not advised for children. And with that being said, let's get along with the video. Thank you guys. So first gonna go ahead and spray some rose water on my face because my face is dehydrated just like my body. And I'm gonna do a little lip mask. This is the rose water from Younique. Actually, for the products that I'm using, I think I'm just gonna put them in the description box and let you guys just view them there. If you're curious about anything that I'm using on my face, and I'll provide links for everything that I use, if available. So check out the description box for all the products, and use the links that are provided. Those will help me out a bunch. Not being a charity case or anything like that, it just helps me out. So the support is appreciated. Anyway, here we go. So this is the rose water. It's a toner. Just adding a little goodness to my face, making my face feel refreshed. So basically it has been 1 week on the new medication regimen. I started the depression medication 1 entire week ago, and the sleep medication about halfway through the week I started it, because we don't want to start 2 medications at one time, especially in the same category of drugs, because if you have any side effects from either drug, you can't tell which one they came from. So you want to space them out a little bit so you can tell which medication is actually causing these side effects. So I did that, and so far I can tell a difference in depression. I do honestly tell a difference in the way I feel depression wise, but the sleep is still a big problem. So I go back in 1 more week for my follow-up with my medical provider, and Wednesday I will have a follow-up, which they might fall on the same day actually. I need to check that. But anyway, on Wednesday I will have a follow-up with my therapist as well, so we'll be able to discuss all that. And I'll be posting a video that day, so I'll be able to give you all that information. So I'll let you know how all of that goes. Let's see how this little lip mask works. So basically, first couple of days couldn't really tell much of a difference, and still can't tell like a huge difference. I still, you know, I mean, it's just the beginning, you know. but this week I'm supposed to increase it to the dose that I'm going to be maintaining. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just reading the instructions on this thunder. This is cruelty-free and vegan, which is awesome. It also has hibiscus in it, which I love that flower. And it's also very good for your skin. So, I think what I'm going to do is just put it on. It has shea butter also. Powerful healing lip balm. Okay. Well then, let's just put it on and let it sit while we're doing our makeup. Ooh, isn't it pretty? Oh, that feels good. My lips are so beyond dry. So beyond dry. They're starting to crack like in this area right here. And that comes with the territory. I understand. It also comes with summertime. Always. For dry lips. It's like jelly-like. But I always have dry lips. During the summer and the winter really bad. So I always keep my lip gloss or some type of lip balm with me at all times. And I use it all day long, every day. So yeah, as far as the medications, that's what's going on. As far as the eating, I would say that progress is being made. I would say that it is very hard. There are still some eating disordered thoughts. I would say there's a lot of eating disordered thoughts. When you have an eating disorder, when you start back eating, your body is like, oh shit. It's like, no. We've gotten used to not having that. We don't want that. And then there's this other part of your body that's like, oh, thank you, Jesus, she's finally feeding us. We need this, you know, like, we need it. But your mind is like, no, don't do it. We've come so far. You're such a failure. Why are you doing this? You're getting rid of all your progress. The eating disorder voice is like, stop. And it's in a battle. And then two, your stomach has been so used to not getting what it needs that it's in shock. It's in total shock. So when it starts getting fed, you get kind of like what refeeding syndrome is like, and it's like painful. Your stomach doesn't digest it properly. You tend to have a lot of bloat, a lot of yucky feelings, a lot of digestive issues, a lot of upchucking, a lot of the other way, and it's just really not pretty, and it's very painful. So I've had that. This week has been filled with a lot of that, but I'm pushing through, and I'm trying to eat items that are light, things that I actually do like, so that eating is not torture, that it feels good to me, that sort of thing. I'm gonna let this primer dry for just a couple of seconds. But I'm drinking a lot, so that's good for me, I know, and it feels good. So even if I don't eat, or even if I have to get rid of it somehow or another, not intentionally, but if it comes up or down, I'm still trying to replenish as much as possible. Let's see what else. Mood. That's a big one. mood has been a toughie. There's some days when I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to recover. The eating disorder and the depression are so powerful that they make recovery seem pointless and too hard, and it's just easier just to lay there. I have a lot of the sadness that I had is resurfacing as anger, which actually is somewhat healthy because that means that I'm processing the emotions attached to the trauma. I'm processing the things that led me to this, but it doesn't make it any easier. I'm really angry, and I've had to force myself to separate reality from trauma, which is pretty difficult. It is very difficult, actually. So that's been a struggle in the last week. And I noticed myself lashing out and having to think, okay, wait a minute, this isn't the person that did this to you. They don't deserve the anger. And then there's other people in my life that do deserve the anger, and I've been letting them know. And it is what it is. So yeah, I'm going to try to find, me and my husband have talked about it, and me and my therapist have also talked about it, but we're going to talk about it in a little more detail next time. But we're going to try to find healthy ways to express that anger and healthy ways to release that anger. So that is a big thing about recovery. It's releasing the emotions that caused you to feel this way to begin with. Releasing the emotions that came with the trauma. Self-harm. It's happened a couple of times, which I believe is probably normal in recovery. Like I said, you're gonna have setbacks. A lot of stuff's coming up, and like I said, the eating disorder is fighting. It's angry. It doesn't want to go away. It's like, you can't get rid of me. So it's coming out in all shapes and forms, and some of that is self-harm. And some of that is causing me to inflict pain upon myself. And it happens. But I try to, even when it does happen, and I try to do everything but that. I try to find ways to avoid doing that. But when it does happen, I try to process it after the fact and figure out, okay, what brought you to that point? Why'd you let it get there? What did you feel right before it happened? What did you feel right after it happened? Those kinds of things. Like, what was it about? What was it really about? Like, it was obviously not really about hurting yourself, but what were you feeling? What happened? What precipitated it? And what did you get out of it? That kind of thing. Which helps, because then you're working through your trauma. Night issues. Sleep, like I said, sleep is not really happening. The new med, I believe, is going to have to be increased because I'm so used to insomnia that it's probably going to take a heftier dose, and also because my mind races at night. That's when I do the most thinking, because as a mom, I'm not able to do a lot of thinking during the day because I'm busy. So I'm gonna turn and face my mirror so I can blend this. But so nighttime is filled with thoughts of what happened during the day, thoughts of what needed to happen during the day that I didn't get to, thoughts of what I sucked at, thoughts of what I did okay, thoughts of what I've got going on the next day, thoughts of shit I didn't do 5 years ago. I mean, it's just, you know, trying to watch TV shows because that's the only time I really get any peace and quiet to watch what I want to watch, which then make you stay up even more because it's been scientifically proven that if you watch your phone while you're trying to go to sleep, the lights on the TV or the phone, which I watch it on, stimulate the brain and make the brain believe that it is daylight, it's daytime, it's time for you to be awake. So my brain's going against my body and telling me that I should be awake. So then I'm like, well, I'm screwed. So yeah, that's pretty much what is going on at night. Fortunately, I don't wake up to the point that I get up out of bed. I fight through it and just lay there and either, like I said, find something to watch or read or listen to. I've been getting a little bit more into my music, so I've been messing around with that, which is very therapeutic for me, always has been. Just want to throw it out there though. Look at this coverage just from a BB cream. How bad my eyes look versus putting this on my face, and how dewy it is. Perfect for summer. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, just, you know, dealing with that in itself. If you've been sleep deprived or you have insomnia, you know what I'm saying. That in itself can just drain you and make you feel like crap, even when you don't have other mental health issues going on. It just, it's a bitch. It's a bitch. So yeah, that's the nighttime issues. So then of course I end up wanting to sleep late, and sometimes I get to. Sometimes the kids are good about it and they just wake up on their own and go, you know, play a video game or play on their phone or just chill for a little while until I wake up. But sometimes, you know, they're like, okay, Mom, can we get some breakfast? Can we go do this or that or whatever? I mean, there's things around the house that my oldest can fix for the little ones and stuff like that. But sometimes, you know, 14-year-olds get in that mood and they're like, no, not doing it. No, I'm too good. And they don't. Which is, it's whatever, it's the age. So I'll get up and I'll either fix something or go to Dunkin' or to Hardee's or wherever and get them all fueled up. Plus, it gets me out of the house, you know? Even if it's freaking fast food, it gets me out of the house. A ride to Dunkin', I go to the one in Halifax. You know, never underestimate a ride through the country. It's good for the soul. Just saying. So, you know, that's what we do. I've been trying my best to stay, even if I lay down like during the day or whatever, I try not to sleep during the day. Like I make a conscious effort to be awake at least. I try not to at least sleep the day away, even when they're not here, which the medicine's helping with that. Because I was also told by my therapist that too much sleep and staying in bed can actually increase the depression. So we definitely So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. It's not really a whole lot to tell. I pretty much spilled the beans on the last video. There's not a whole heck of a lot more to tell at this point. It's early on. Probably wasn't the best idea, but then again, I kind of just wanted to, since I don't have like a group therapy or like any friends that really know where I'm coming from, I really felt like I needed a connection with somebody who knew what was going on, and I don't really have that in my life. I thought I did when I tried to find a friend that had been through it, but anyway, that didn't go over, but I wanted to connect with someone who knew what it was like. So I didn't have one in body, so I found one on a movie. I watched a movie about a girl with an eating disorder who went into therapy inpatient. So she was with a bunch of other people who were experiencing the same thing. And I just kind of placed myself in their little group and kind of made myself feel as though I was there, and watched what they were going through and listened to their therapy sessions and conversations and watched the symptoms that they had, and kind of had compassion with them and vicariously lived through some of their recovery and suffering, and listened to some of the things they were saying about how hard it was. And it was a positive ending to the movie, so that was helpful. But just, you know, kind of really needed a kindred spirit at that moment. So that's what I did. Fortunately, it wasn't too triggering for me. I know sometimes when people with eating disorders watch movies about eating disorders, it can be very triggering, and it can also give them ideas. And I really didn't want that to happen. I was just really looking for some kindred spirits. So I watched that movie. If it's okay, I'll mention the name of it. It's called To the Bone. If you ever have a friend who you really need to understand how the inner workings of the disorder are, and or you have a child who's going through it, or you are just curious, that's a really good movie. Very accurate depiction of the various types of eating disorders and the various ways that people handle an eating disorder, different age groups, different personalities, things like that. So yes, I would say that's a good movie that depicts it in a realistic way. Some of the movies are a little extreme, some of the movies are a little fake, but I would think that would be on the top 5 that I've seen. So if you're curious about it, I believe it was on Netflix, and you may be able to find it on some other providers, but I think I did watch it through Netflix. It's called To the Bone. So if you want to check that out, you can. So that was a little eye-opening for me, even knowing what I know about it and being in it. You know, even some of the movie was eye-opening for me, like seeing other personalities handle it differently, seeing the lengths that some of the girls were willing to go to, the guys were willing to go to, because it's not just a girl disease. You know, that's stereotypical. People believe that it's a girl disease, and it's not true. Guys have it too. And it is very prominent in the guy community. People just don't notice it as much because guys are able to hide it a little bit more, and and be less suspected of it. And usually because of the way they're expected to be, they are not as prone to seek help as women are, which is sad. But there is a guy in the movie who has it, and he sought help, and he's in the treatment center with the girls, and you get to see a little of his story and his struggle, which is pretty awesome. But that's pretty much how I do my concealer. And I believe I'm going to do the rest of my face makeup and kind of speed it up a little bit because I don't really have too much more to say. And then I'll talk you guys through the eye makeup portion because that's really the focus of the video, other than the obvious. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the face makeup, and I'll probably speed it up a little bit, so I won't be talking through this part. Okay. Okay. Alright, so everything's done except for the eyes. So I'm going to be working with palette 3, sorry. Palette 3 for the eyes. And I'll start off with this color Tickled in the crease. Like I said, everything will be linked in the description box. Not sure yet if I'm going to link the brushes. I will link the program that I got the brushes from in the description box, but this is a Morphe M433 in case you're wondering. I'm just blending that really smoothly into the crease, not precisely, just smooth and light, and just making it very smooth and easy transition into the brow area and into the lid space. So it's just like a transition color. Yeah, that's pretty good. This is one of the little cute brushes that came with the Live Glam collection. It's double-ended and it's super freaking cute. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this shimmer dark purple called Cheeky. And I'm gonna put that on the outer corner. I'm packing the color first. Smoking it out just a little bit in a triangular shape. Just like that. If you have to touch it up and fix it with your finger, that's okay. If you need to do it with a beauty blender or another brush, you can do it like that too. But I am just packing the color in there. See, I have hooded lids, so that little line always wants to be there, front and center. Okay, so pack the color down. Now we're gonna do some blending work, okay? So no more product on the brush. We're gonna go circular motion in that area over there. Just like that, blend, 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 blend. And then I'm gonna take what's left over, just that tiny bit of product that's left over. I'm gonna swoop it across there. Keep it even, just like that. And blend, 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 just like that. Keep it smoky. There. Okay, we good. All right, now I'm gonna show you a brand new product. It is in this month's Kudos. You can get the Lip Butter, Liquid Shadow, and Rose Water. This ends on the last day of the month at midnight. So if you want to grab it, yes, I know I'm just now letting you know at the end of the month, but we all know that I had ish going on, so pardon moi. But I did get it so that I could show you like a good little girl. And this color is called Decisive, which is the inspiration for this look. It is a beautiful purple. And liquid shadows are so easy to work with. I literally could have done just the liquid shadow on my eye and would have been done. But you know me, I gotta make it complicated. But this is the one, it's a little doe foot applicator. And I'm literally gonna put it all the way back to where I put that dark shade. First 2/3 of the inner eyelid. Just like that. And it is a little more matte than I realized, which is fun. It's fun. Everything's fun. Because what I'm gonna do is right before it gets completely dry, I'm gonna take Smitten, which is also from the same palette we've been working with. It's color right here. It's a shimmer shade. It's like a beige shimmer shade. It's actually a beige satin shade. It's not shimmer. It's satin. But with the dampness of the color that's already up there, it's gonna be a shimmer shade. This is how you create your own shimmer shade. My friends, this is how you get creative. And voila, you have a shimmer shade. Is that not beautiful? Hey, girl, right? Take it down into the inner corner for a highlight, and bada bing, bada boom, beautimous. Yes, ma'am. We just did that. We just did that. Now let's take this and blend. Palette, we're gonna go with Flip It, which is this one right here. It's just a little bit lighter, and it's not a shimmer shade, it's a satin shade. So that's gonna go on the outer corner. I mean the lower lash line. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Like that. Same thing on the other side. Go all the way up into the other color. Connect the lines. Just like that. We got some fallout we need to fix with the powder brush. Use this big guy right here. And just shake away that fallout there. And we have got a smoky purple eye. That is so pretty. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna go to and how about it? None, some, none, some. Let's see what color we're gonna do on the lips. I'm thinking we need to go nude because we're like really bold on the eyes. So I'm thinking we need to go nude on the lips. So let's do creme liner. Okay, let's do a nude lip. Since the lip butters were on special this month, let's do the nude one, Quick Getaway. Oh yeah. There we go with that creme liner. Oh, that's a pretty nude lip. Quick Getaway. Okay, and let's spray our face with setting spray.